Hi everyone, just played a session on GGPoker and just looking at my results here. Won $33, my all-in NV is $50, which is whatever. What I wanted to show you is how now we can analyze that session in GTO Wizard. So this goes for every, not just GGPoker, but other sites you can also download hands, but on GG you pretty much just click on download your hand history here for these dates. This is for today. It's the only session I played. Then you download the hands. And the hands are saved to a zip file. Then unpack them. And I'll copy them somewhere. We'll just put them in. I think I have a directory here. Where? GGPoker. 2022. August. I'll put in there. Okay, do that. Now we go to the wizard. Okay, here we are on GTO Wizard, and the area to go to is Analyse, and there's uploads, and there's also hands to study hands you've already uploaded. But we're going to be uploading. This is some ones I've already uploaded. We can upload some new ones. We click on it's a file, and it's well, we'll just click files and select the ones. Hope that's probably pretty small, but I just select all those other ones from today's session and open those, and then you can see that file's uploading here, and I'm going to probably pause it because it's going to take a while for it to process. Let's just see what it says. Yeah, its file is in the queue and it be processed. So it takes a lot of computer power to process all these hands, even doing those ones. So I'll pause it and we'll come back when it's done. Okay, we're back. Those hands have been processed, however you want to pronounce it. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These top 6 ones are the ones that I just played today. And if we look at how many correct moves I made, and in that lot of hands, only 14 I made 100% correct moves. And 0 mistakes, which is nice to see. Others, there were some mistakes, but a minimal loss of EV. So what you can do is, let's have a look at this one, see if we can see one-to-one with an EV loss of 0.06. Click on view, and then you'll get all the hands that were played, and it'll give you a ton of information, position, cards, the board, and the action, but more importantly, the EV loss. So if you filter on that, we can see that one here where I lost 6.44 EV loss. So let's have a look at that hand. Yes, I think I butchered this hand. So you can also look at the replay the hand. You can analyze a hand, start by studying the spot, switching between nodes, share a picture. But what we're interested in is, let's replay the hand firstly, to refresh my memory and see where I went wrong. So I think his play was pretty horrendous, but I don't think mine was much better. But let's have a look. So I'm in the cutoff with King 10 of hearts, and I raise it up about 2.5, which seems reasonable. He 3-bets to fairly big size, 12. Never folding, calling 68% and raising 32%. So I call from memory, and the flop comes ace of hearts, king of clubs, 10 of clubs. So yeah, I was a little bit excited, but also felt a bit of trepidation. This board hits a lot of his range, but I have 2 pair. So he leads for third pot, let's say, and calling 100% of the time is the play, which from memory I did. Okay, and he bets half pot, and I shoved all in, which according to the solver was a play never to be done. I should have called 100% of the time. What I was thinking was probably not very much. I saw a flush draw, nut flush draw. I had 2 pair. I thought he might have folded something. He was bluffing, but didn't. And then I shoved all in, which was a bad play. He calls and he shows the queen jack offsuit, which in my opinion is horrible from him. But we're not worried about him, worried about me and what the GTO Wizard can help me improve. And it's telling me that my play was was completely non-GTO. I should have flattered that and seen what happened on the run out. Okay, so that's that hand. Let's see if we can find another one. So I'm not really trying to do too much analysis here. Just really wanted to show you how awesome uploading your hands are, and then you can go back on your play and see where you went wrong. I sort of knew that was pretty bad when I made it, but I made it. Okay. So in that session, okay, so there was one that was a 2.71 EV loss. Yeah, it's sort of sort of knew this one was bad too. So anyway, let's go through it. Under the gun opens, I flattered with 10-9 hearts. Normally I either 3-bet or fold, but on this occasion, flattered. Doing that in the hijack after the under the gun opens, it's pretty excuse me, pretty not sure. I mean, you're opening yourself to be squeezed from a lot of the 3 players in front of you. Nevertheless, everybody folds, and the flop comes queen 8-4. He checked. I checked. He checked again, and I checked again. I think the mistake's going to be here at the end, that I really have no chance of winning that pot. And he checked again, and I checked it down. Whereas I should have bet almost 100% of the time. Well, 100% of the time. Either over bet, but that's very, very, not very often. And I should have bet 78% pot or thereabouts, which makes sense because, I mean, he's sort of saying he's got nothing. I've got nothing. And then we go to showdown and he wins with that. And Yeah, I agree with GTO Wizard. Another poor play from myself. Okay, let's go back out and see if we can find any more. Okay, we go to Analyse and the uploads. So that was in this group. What's it in that group? Let's have a look in this group. Click the eye. No, that was the same group. That was yes, I think it is this one. We have a look at the eye. EV loss. And there's one hand at the 5.5 EV loss, which doesn't sound very good. And let's have a look at this one. Okay, so I'm in the big blind with ace queen off. And the hijack middle position opens and I flats, which is a good call. Good play. You could raise very occasionally. But yeah, I felt at the time that was just a call. Up comes queen jack 7. Check 100%. That's what I did. He bets. And this is where I made a mistake. Looks like it's a call pretty much most of the time with a raise. Very, very, not very often. But I raised from memory. Yep. He calls. Now it looks like another bad mistake where I should have checked. It looks like I bet. There it is. And then on the river, looks like I'm gonna. What do I do? No, I checked. Okay, so you should never check. Okay, but I checked. So I made 3 mistakes in one hand, which is pretty horrendous. So you should be betting 100% of the time. You should be betting 35% of the pot. Interesting. So ended up I checked and then he checked and he had ace queen off, had the same hand as me. I was sort of relieved because there's a lot happening on that board. Could have had anything, but I think that the bet third pot could have got the job done, possibly. But anyway, we'll never know. So yeah, that's it. I can just go back on some other hands I've loaded before. So this is all the hands I've loaded up, and it's sorted on EV loss. This is the highest one, and let's have a look at this one. Again, we will replay the hand. So the other thing you could do is, instead of just replaying the hand, you could look at the actions here. Bet 2, but I just find it, and there's your mistake. But I find it better to actually look at the replay the hand, go through it. Okay, so I'm in the small one with ace6 off. Okay. Oh, that's right. This is small blind versus big blind. Otherwise, I would have folded that. Now raise to 3, calls, and we have 7, 6, 2, 2 spades. So we're going to bet varying sizes. You know, percentage at the time, which I picked one of those. Wasn't thinking of too many various sizes, so I just went for third pot. Called. then the turn where I made a mistake, well, it's a sizing mistake. You should check 30%, bet small, bet 50%, but I bet 3/4 of pot. Called, and now a 6 on the river. Another mistake, I checked, and I should have bet 85% of the pot. Why I checked, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, looking back now, it seems pretty bad. So he bets, and then yeah, that's right. So I was going to check raise him. I was thinking of check raise, and then he bet, and then I called. But a call is, you should never call. You either shove or raise, because I just see I would have the best hand on that board a lot of the time. So yeah, GTO Wizard's not only good at showing you how you made some mistakes and shoved all in when you shouldn't have, and done horrendous things like that. It also shows you where you missed value. So the EV mistake here was me not betting turn initially, and then also not even betting river or check raising river. Okay, I think that's it. Hope you enjoyed that. That's just highlighting how awesome this hand analyzer is in GTO Wizard. You know, I just play a session now and then dump it in here, and then have a look at, you know, any mistakes I made, and then next session, try not to make those mistakes again. And I'll just probably make other mistakes, but that's what we're here for, to learn. And this wizard is a great tool to help you get better in poker. Okay, that's all from me. Good luck at the tables, and talk to you again.